Hello and welcome back to the program. I am going to be continuing today my playthrough of point-and-click Lovecraftian adventure horror mystery game, The Dark Rites of Arkham. As I said before, I love Lovecraftian weird fiction, cosmic horror. So this game is kind of right in my wheelhouse. We are playing Detective Foster. He is trying to solve a ritual murder. So we've been kind of investigating that. We met a fish guy from Innsmouth. Not a whole lot has happened yet, but we're going to get into it today. So let's play. Okay. So we got the coin from the other detective, and I think now we can head back to that one building and buy the newspaper that we need. It was right here. It works with coins. A penny an issue. Oh, what the hell? There's something in the slot that's stopping me from inserting the coin. So the rumors are true. Rumors? What rumors? A couple of weeks ago, Mayor Bradley revoked the Miskatonic Herald's license to sell through these machines. I guess he did it in a fit of rage over the article linking him to the Ku Klux Klan. Well, maybe he shouldn't be in the Ku Klux Klan. Everything that? I doubt very much that it's legal. Get to the point. Rumor has it that the Herald is sending its peddlers to sabotage the Arkham advertisers' machines. Well, the Fourth Estate Wars have just screwed us over. I forgot the voices I was doing for these guys. So how do I fix this? Maybe I can use this letter opener on it? I hope I can get the gum out with the letter opener. I think this will do the trick. I'm a resourceful man. Hell yeah. We got our newspaper. The renowned parapsychologist Philip Moore visits Arkham. Fans of mystery and the supernatural are in luck, as the famous British popularizer of these topics will visit our city on his North American tour to present his new book, Spontaneous Human Combustion, a Reality. The gathering with his readers will take place tonight at the esoteric bookstore, the Ishtar Gate, where in addition to signing copies, he will give a lecture on the book's chilling subject. The bookstore has decided to limit attendance at the event. Leading scholars on the subject and a small but select group of journalists will form the core of the lucky guests invited to the event. However, several cutout invitations have been made available to the general public and can be found in the pages of this month's issue of Strange Eons magazine. At 25 years of age and following in the footsteps of his father, Patrick Moore, a pioneer in metaphysic research, he has become one of the most famous popularizers of paranormal phenomena thanks to his successful books such as The Visitors and Behind the Veil, which recount the investigations carried out in his native England. Walter Block, a correspondent for this newspaper, will attend the event to interview Philip Moore about these strange and unusual events that cause some people to be reduced to ashes without any apparent external source of ignition. Tomorrow we invite our readers to discover the mysteries of spontaneous combustion from one of its great experts. What the hell does this say? Oh, the smoothest of a 8 should be an 8. The economy of a 4. Walter P. Chrysler announces new Plymouth floating power and freewheeling, $655. Jeez Louise, man. Philip Moore. That's our man. The Ishtar Gate, ring a bell? Yes, the esoteric bookstore. It's on Weiss Street. All right, I guess we're going to Weiss Street. Alright, so here's the bookstore. I guess we'll go there next. Or wait, do we need an invitation? The Ishtar Gate. This is where that parapsychologist presents his book. Can't check the showcase while that guy's there. Another storefront with a toe tag. Ishtar, the Babylonian goddess of love and war. You know? I'm shocked the Arkham League for Decency hasn't tried to shut this place down for flaunting a naked woman. Maybe they haven't looked up. Should I just go in, I guess? What's this sign say? Line 5 makes a stop here. I like little details like this up here in the corner. Can't talk to this guy. Can look at this showcase. The best-selling books of the month are on display. Let's take a peek. Fragments of Atlantis by Alexander Mann. On the Trail of the Order of the Eternal Wind by Thomas Neville. The Seal of Paimon by James Grinstead. I wonder if those are real books. Do you know any of these? Fragments of Atlantis. Very interesting. I don't know the rest. Alright, let's head in. What's that smell? It smells like something burning. Incense. What? It smells like incense. What's that? You don't know what incense is, dude? A mixture of plant resin and essential oils used as a fragrance. Well, it smells awful. Customer books. Let's talk to this guy. Welcome to the Ishtar Gate. Looking for something in particular? More like someone. We're looking for Philip Moore, the popularizer of strange topics. We're lucky that he's included the Ishtar Gate in his tour. He just signed copies of his new book and is now giving a talk on the phenomenon of spontaneous human combustion. You'll find him upstairs. Thank you. It's by invitation only, by the way. Well, we're cops, right? Oh, understood. Flash him your badge. Do you have a badge? Shoot him. Jack. What? What do you mean, what? I'm just gonna, you know, put the squeeze on him. Is that right? I knew it was true. The earth is hollow. This place must seem like paradise to you, right, Harvey? I love being surrounded by books, that's true. It's like when they took you to the fair as a child, right? I think you're starting to get to know me. It's an Egyptian sarcophagus. Well, at least he knows that. They were used to guard the mummy of a deceased person who had undergone an embalming process. Listen, Harvey. I may look like a tough, ignorant cop, but I've got some culture. You didn't know what incense was, dude. I'm sorry if I offended you, Jack, but a moment ago you didn't even know what incense was, and I thought that's exactly what I said. Well, don't think so hard. Cool bookstore, though. The Ishtar Gate and Saturn editions are pleased to present Philip Moore, renowned writer of parapsychology. The event will consist of a book signing for his book Spontaneous Human Combustion, a Reality, and a lecture on the subject. The arrow points upstairs. I think it is Marduk, a Mesopotamian deity, god of creation, wisdom, and justice. Are you here to see Mr. Moore? Yes. Your invitation, please. If you don't have an invitation, I can't let you in. This is a private event. We're from Arkham PD. I'm Detective Foster and this is Detective Whitman. We need to speak with Philip Moore. Since the event began, 3 fake cops and a supposed army colonel have shown up. Oh, and that weird guy who has been posing as the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Boston. Everyone wants to see Mr. Moore. And I can understand why, but without an invitation, I can't let you in. Where do we get an invitation, I wonder? Hey, that one guy's gone. Journey Through the Mind by Edgar Salazar. Astrology and Cosmic Plane by Zhu Jiang. I don't know how you really pronounce that. The Oracle of the Dead by Niall D. Riley. Do people buy this? More than you think. Well, where to now, I wonder? Alright, let's go up to the Arkham Museum of the Unusual. Welcome to the Arkham Museum of the Unusual. Enter with an open mind and prepare to transform your preconceived ideas about this reality. Cool. Museum rules. You don't need to read all the rules. Simply use common sense. Don't touch anything and behave like adults. He has like an eye patch. Detectives Foster and Whitman. May we ask a few questions, Mr. Floyd. Raymond Floyd. Yes, of course. I'm the director of this museum. Is there a problem, detectives? Does the name Benjamin Marsh ring a bell? Oh yes, I'll remember him for the rest of my life. We understand that the museum had a problem with him. An unfortunate incident that should never have occurred. What happened? We have a gallery dedicated to the mysterious town of Innsmouth. The most outstanding piece in the collection is a figurine bearing the likeness of the primeval Cthulhu. It comes from the looting that took place in the town after the feds arrived. A unique piece. What is a primeval? They are deities from the depths of the cosmos. Cthulhu is one of them, worshipped by the entire population of Innsmouth. I thought they worshipped Dagon. Go on. Marsh stormed in, claiming that the effigy belonged to his people and shouldn't be displayed in a profane place like this. I explained the museum had every right to display it, but he wouldn't listen to reason. He made his way to the gallery and smashed the protective glass. I immediately called the police and tried to prevent him from taking it. During the struggle, he stabbed me in the right eye with one of the statue's spikes. Damn! Left me blind in that eye. Did he not get arrested? Did you press charges? Are you mad? Benjamin Marsh is a direct descendant of Obed Marsh. Do you know what that means? I don't want any trouble with the Marshes. Even after he blinded you? Oh, detective, that's nothing compared to what could happen to me. Did Marsh take the figure? The police arrived in time to stop him. But when I refused to press charges, they decided to confiscate it as evidence in case I changed my mind. Harvey? Yes, I see. We have it at the station. We're displaying a replica in its place. It's not ideal as we only display originals here, but visitors are fascinated by it. Can we see that figure? Of course, but I already mentioned that it's a replica. You can enter the museum if you wish. Always under the supervision of our guide. Since the unfortunate incident I told you about, we have instituted a policy of constant surveillance of our visitors. We won't try anything funny. We're police officers, remember? The museum cannot afford to make any exceptions, detective. I trust you understand. So you don't have the original. Our colleagues took it and it's cataloged as evidence. Exactly. Don't you want it back? That would require charging Benjamin Marsh. And the cure would be worse than the disease. So what's this museum about? The Arkham Museum of the Unusual aims to show visitors a reality they are unaware of. We tend to live immersed in a life where superstition has been left behind and scientific reality is imposed on our day-to-day. We try to show, and above all, not to forget that there are unusual and strange facts that exist around us. Where's the music coming from? We have installed an innovative music reproduction system based on magnetic media and distributed several speakers along the tour route. What you are hearing is a looped playback of Through the Cosmos by Matthew Elm. It's an ideal piece to set the mood for the visit, don't you think? We'll take a look around. Make yourselves at home, detectives. Price list. Single admissions, 75 cents. Monthly pass, $2.15. 2% discount for groups. For the price of one ticket, I go to the movies 3 times. The movies don't offer the same sensations as this museum. This is the skull of a member of the fearsome Tico people. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Natives of Southeast Asia. So far, no one has been able to see them and come out alive. This is the closest you'll get to them without endangering your physical integrity. Oh, I see that the much sought after A Treatise on Primordial Fear has caught your attention. I have received tempting offers from Miskatonic University to make it part of their collection. But what better place than here for this cursed book? Professor Roman. Roman Dvorak. Thanks to him, the museum has priceless pieces such as Eric Zahn's cello. It is a pity that he's no longer with us. Painting. It's an early work by the famous Arkham painter Richard Upton Pickman. Pickman is a character in Lovecraft's story, Pickman's Model. So in that story, Pickman paints these really bizarre pictures, and I can't quite remember how it turns out in the end. He paints this one particular like beast monster thing, and it's really something that's, you know, been tormenting him, like in reality. I believe, yeah. So there's actually an adaptation of Pickman's model on the Netflix show Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, which is a very good show. Several episodes based on Lovecraft and cosmic horror, and definitely recommend it. It represents our role in the immensity of the cosmic void. If you're interested in his work, there are several of his originals in the adjoining gallery. Now let's go in. Where's that guide? I believe he's coming this way. Welcome to the Arkham Museum of the Unusual. Please step closer. My name is Horace Chambers, and I will be your guide throughout the tour. If you desire information about any of the pieces on display, I will be happy to provide it. The tour begins in this room we call the Gallery of the Damned Artists. More acquisitions will be coming soon. These 3 disturbing canvases are by the Boston artist Richard Upton Pickman. His hyper-realistic strokes and inimitable technique have made him the most celebrated painter in his city. There are certain rumors that insinuate that the impact that these paintings exert on the observer is due to a terrifying fact. This hellish creature exists. Pickman keeps it in his home and uses it as a model. Yeah, that was the gist of the story. You are looking at the work of the promising California artist Clark Ashton Smith. Poet, writer, and sculptor of nightmarish figures from lost worlds. This figure is called Inhabitant of the Moon. Some claim that the image of the being came to Smith in his sleep. Did the inhabitants of our satellite reveal their appearance to him through some inconceivable telepathic method? You are looking at the nameless entity. Smith claims to have no memory of sculpting this piece. He simply woke up one morning and this disturbing sculpture was staring back at him from his workbench. I'm not sure if that's a Lovecraft story, based on a Lovecraft story. I haven't read all of Lovecraft's work, but I have read probably the majority of them. If you would be so kind as to come with me. What the hell? You're in the Hall of Unusual Characters. Here we find those who defied science. I know the cello one too. I'm not sure who the guy on the right is. Or who were at the center of events that would test the sanity of ordinary mortals. Herbert West. I got his name wrong. Friend of yours? I was part of the raid that arrested him. It was my first assignment after I was posted here. Eric Zahn was a virtuoso German cellist who lived in seclusion in a garret on Rue d'Assile in Paris. Every night, the tenants of the boarding house heard strange and frantic music played compulsively coming from Zahn's room. One of them befriended the musician and witnessed some terrifying events. According to his account, Zahn was stalked every night by a strange and gigantic creature that only his ghostly music kept at bay. Upon witnessing these events, the man fled the building and reported the incident to the guard. Unfortunately, they did not find Eric Zahn. In fact, they couldn't even find the Rue de Seal. I have read that story, I just don't remember really what happens in it exactly. The case of Dr. Munoz is the perfect example to illustrate this room. Oh, yeah. It's the guy, like in this one, the guy's dead and he has like this advanced like refrigeration system to keep him from rotting or something like that. I think that's what it is. He contracted a severe illness in his native Barcelona. Years later, he settled in a small room in a New York boarding house. He had installed an ammonia-based cooling system that kept the room at a very low temperature in order to control his illness. However, when he saw his body begin to deteriorate with unusual speed due to a failure in the cooling system, Munoz asked the other tenants for help. He asked them for huge quantities of ice, knowing that all the stores would be closed by that hour. When they returned, they found no trace of Munoz except for a viscous puddle in the middle of the room. The doctor had left a hastily written letter. Munoz had been dead for 18 years. He had kept himself alive thanks to the cold air that preserved his tissues. Very cool. If you would be so kind as to come with me. Are we learning anything here of use? With the recent discovery of the 9th planet in our solar system, Pluto, we have turned our eyes to the stars. It has made us realize that we are just a speck of dust in the cosmos. We are unaware of the mysteries and dangers that await us on those worlds. Just as we do not know that there are other worlds that are not aligned with our plane of existence. Expand your mind and get to know other realities. The Earth is constantly bombarded by meteorites. Here you can delight in admiring a select collection of fragments from other worlds. It is the closest contact that humankind can have with the immensity of the cosmos. In certain astronomical circles, there is talk of the existence of the dark and mysterious planet Yugoth, located in the far reaches of the solar system. Several writings claim that it is inhabited by the Migo, an alien race of fungi that can travel through the cosmos. What you are looking at is a depiction of its surface by French painter Antoine Girard. A press article published in July 1931 in the Astrophysical Society of America's Journal. Signed by the prestigious astronomer Julius Tillinghast, the text offers a series of arguments claiming that the newly discovered planet Pluto is actually Yugoth. Tillinghast warns of the dangers of this planet and suggests that research on it be halted. He points out that future contact with Pluto could be devastating to the fate of mankind. The planet Pluto, the 9th in our solar system. Discovered 3 years ago by astronomer Clyde William Tombaugh, it has fueled theories that expectations about the existence of extraterrestrial life. If you look down at the display case, you will see that these theories are supported by irrefutable evidence. This stone was found at the bottom of the Miles Standish State Forest swamp. It was part of a meteorite that originated on the planet Pluto. How can they know that? Scientists were amazed to find that despite stellar erosion, there were unnatural carvings visible on the rock. This rock could be part of an artificial structure on Pluto. In other words, the ninth planet of our solar system is or was inhabited. This is the first material evidence of extraterrestrial life. Amazed? Randolph Carter. Oh, of course, Randolph Carter. This young man claims to travel to strange worlds without moving from the spot through his dreams. The accounts of his travels to the unknown Kadath or the dangerous Dilathleen are so detailed and realistic that some have dismissed their being mere invention. Carter is scheduled to undergo an exhaustive scientific examination next month by Miskatonic University in order to confirm his claims. Yeah, the story about unknown Kadath, I can't remember the full name of it, the story. It's so far the one story I have not been able to get through. It is really long, and the descriptions are so fucking detailed and weird. It's just hard to get through, and I never finished that story. I'm sad to say. Let's go to the next room. Yeah, let's. Oh. I had to click it. Oh, that must be the Marsh guy. This room is dedicated to the enigmatic town of Innsmouth. Its characteristic secrecy has not been an obstacle for the Arkham Museum of the Unusual to provide you with all the information about it. The museum would like to thank Zadok Allen for his collaboration in the making of this room. The Devil's Reef. Located a mile and a half from Innsmouth Harbor, it is, or rather was, the place where Captain Obed Marsh hid the strange creatures he brought with him from the South Seas in his caves. Thanks to an eyewitness account, the federal government took action and torpedoed the base of the reef with submarines, putting an end to the bloody alliance between the creatures and the inhabitants of Innsmouth. However, it is said that the network of caves on the islet extends to abyssal depths and that those beings are still there. Captain Obed Marsh. In the middle of the last century, Innsmouth was going through a crisis that reduced all its fishing activity and plunged its inhabitants into absolute poverty. On one of his chartered voyages to the South Seas, he discovered a small village on one of the islands where strange amphibious creatures were worshipped, offering gold and abundant fish in exchange for human sacrifices. Marsh brought those creatures with him and hid them on the Devil's Reef, which you can see on the left. The town flourished again as in its golden years, and the inhabitants of Innsmouth embraced the claims and beliefs of those beings and even mixed their blood. Ugh. Those who opposed this diabolical alliance were purged, leaving the town inhabited only by those akin to the creatures of their strange offspring. You may have seen other portraits of the captain with a more, shall we say, conventional appearance. But this is his true countenance, the result of his close relationship with those creatures of the underworld, at least in the last years of his life. There you have a news item from the Arkham Advertiser of February 1928. It recounts the secret investigation that federal government agents carried out in Innsmouth. Raids and arrests were carried out, and numerous houses and factories were blown up. The article also mentions that most of those arrested ended up in prison or concentration camps. Weeks after this news broke, it became known that many of them had escaped from these facilities. The inhabitants of Innsmouth professed no orthodox religion. Their god is Cthulhu, whose representation you can see in the central part of the room, and their church is the esoteric order of Dagon. See, that doesn't make... How does that make sense? Like, it's been a long time since I've read that story, but Dagon is a completely different god than Cthulhu, so that kind of confuses me. I don't remember them worshiping Cthulhu, but maybe they did. This ancient tablet with its carved emblem was found among the ruins of the old Masonic Lodge in New Church Green, where the order was installed. The current inhabitants of Innsmouth, descendants of the blasphemous hybridization between species, undergo a metamorphosis throughout their lives. It is not so noticeable in the young, but it is in those of advanced age. Once they reach middle age, and their appearance resembles that of the creatures found by Obed Marsh, they feel the call of the sea. And there they begin a new and immortal life dedicated to the worship of their god, the great primeval god Cthulhu. The great old one, Cthulhu. This cosmic entity is secretly worshipped by the vast majority of Innsmouth's inhabitants. It is said to lie dreaming in the sunken city of Rilia, waiting for the day when it will be freed to reign over the earth once more. You are looking at a replica, by the way. Until recently, we exhibited the original found during the Innsmouth raids. A minor incident deprived us of it. We hope to show it to the public again someday. That room exclusively houses the infamous painting The Faces of Madness by Francis Hold. Why isn't it in the first room with the others? The museum had to relocate the piece because... Because what? Let's go inside and I'll explain. It is a fascinating story. Come with me. Francis Hold was a promising German painter whose interest in the dark arts became an obsession. Concerned about the young man's mental health, his family committed him to an asylum where he spent the rest of his life. It is known from his writings that he continued his studies in arcane magic there. The painting behind this curtain, The Faces of Madness, is the result of merging that magic with his art. Why Hold did this is unknown. What is known for certain is that viewing this painting can affect the observer. In what way? Paranoia, depression, anger? Sounds normal to me. Each person reacts differently when exposed to the painting. We were convinced that the stories about this work were mere exaggerations, but when we showed it to the public, we realized that everything that was said was true. I'm intrigued. Can we see it? Management has decided not to exhibit it until further notice. We've had some problems with some visitors. We're not just visitors. Pull back the curtain and let's see it. We won't tell anyone. I'm not authorized to do so, sir. I don't even have the piece to activate the mechanism that moves the curtain. Bummer. Bummer seems like an anachronistic thing to say for someone in 1933. I was curious about this story. Maybe the letter opener will work on the slot. It doesn't fit. Well, plaque. The Faces of Madness, Francis Hold, 1876. So this painting affects the viewer differently? Each viewer differently? I can assure you of that personally, sir. In my case, I would say that the effect it has on me is similar to hypnosis. It's as if the painting were calling to me and wouldn't let me look away. It's hard to explain. All right, can we go? Let's go back to the Innsmouth room. I think I've looked at everything except, oh, no, that doesn't. Okay. Was this a solo developer? If so, I did a pretty good job. Leaving already? Come back anytime. We would like to see Francis Holt's painting. The Faces of Madness. I'm afraid that won't be possible. That painting has upset many visitors lately. Some have even had violent reactions that have caused us problems. I have decided not to show it to the public for the time being while I consider what to do with it. I'm sorry I can't oblige. Well, right, so the only thing I can think of to do right now is to maybe get the Cthulhu idol and give it back to, what's his name at the antique store? Evidence. They say water is supposed to be odorless, colorless, and tasteless. This one smells awful, has a greenish color, and tastes like hell. Does it come straight from the Arkham River or what? Our new president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The so-called experts think he'll pull us out of this whole mess. So who'd you pull the lever for in the last election? The vote is secret. Figured. The Socialist Party of America, huh? The department's proud display of its greatest hits, straight from the pages of the Arkham Advertiser. To the evidence storage room. Why are you closing? What? Bah. What's that smell? Greasy and delicious. Hello? Wilbur? How's it going, Wilbur? Can't complain. I mean, of course I can, but at least I have a job. And I pray it stays that way. By the way, hey, sorry about Mac. Yeah, well, what kind of feast are you guys having back there? Ah, smells good, huh? It's some hot dogs from a guy with a stand over at Long Park. By the way, I saw Frank the Worm there. Word is he's on Mayor Bradley's campaign now. He sends his regards. That he's part of the campaign team? That adds up to something. He's reformed. I believe it when I see it. I think I'll swing by. Something about this stinks. These are entry forms for registering evidence. If you want to log evidence, you fill out a form first. This joint's leaking like a sieve. One of these days, we're gonna have to swim out of this dump. I took the bucket of water? Why would you take a bucket of water? My question exactly. Why wouldn't I? What do you know about a figure that was seized from a museum? Oh yes, we have it here. Some Innsmouth fella used it to gouge the museum owner's eye. They're savages, those inbred yokels, huh? Strangely enough, the guy didn't press charges. You know what? If it were up to me, I'd send all that rabble back to the godforsaken town they should never have left. We've got enough problems in Arkham without having to put up with those toad faces. Can I see that figure? You can't. It's not your case, Foster. I know it's not my case, but that figure is related to our investigation. You can file to examine it. Just fill it out and get it stamped by the department. Cut the red tape, will you? I don't make the rules, sorry. Just a quick look, that's all. They'd throw me out on the street if they found out. What am I supposed to do at 48 with no job? Starve on the street like everybody else? No thanks. Don't insist, Jack. Wilbur would risk his job if he agreed to your request. See? Thanks, Whitman. Whose side are you on? Do you want that application or not? Yes, I have no choice. Wait here. How about you button it for a minute? We're police officers. We have to follow the rules. This guy stinks. Here you go. I filled it out for you. How thoughtful. Get the official Arkham PD seal on it, then you can examine the piece. How does this work? You know the drill, Foster. What's the matter with you? You bring me some evidence, you fill out the delivery form, and I log it. Like we've always done. Gotta go. Bye, Foster. Okay, so we need to get our form signed, our application signed somehow. We need to find a copy of that magazine. Oh, the park. We can go to this Long Metropolitan Park now. Let's go ahead and do that. This park was built thanks to the generous donations of the Honorable Gideon Treadwell for the use and enjoyment of all good citizens of Arkham. Who was this Gideon Treadwell? A slave owner. Great. Magazines? What are these magazines doing here? The bus company has placed a stand with various magazines at some stops to entertain passengers while they wait. It says so right there. And folks don't just walk off with them. Someone will, but they're usually old issues anyway. I don't know if that really helps us. These magazines are for the exclusive use of Arkham Metropolitan Bus Network passengers. Please leave them in their place before boarding the bus. Thank you very much. Let's see what we have. Ladies' Home Journal, Hollywood Spectator, Family Circle, Hard Pass. Okay, well, none of them are the magazine we're looking for. What about this guy? Do you know when the bus will arrive? It's taking longer than usual. No idea. But trust the motto of the Arkham Metro Bus Network. Punctuality is our commitment. Punctuality. I've been waiting here for over half an hour. Luckily, I'm entertained by these magazines. What are you reading? Strange Eons. That's the one we need. Never heard of it till now. It's fascinating. Strange Eons? That magazine sounds interesting. Can I borrow it? To be honest, I'm having a revelation with this magazine. I didn't think there were so many unexplained and mysterious events in this world. Wait for the bus to arrive and I'll put it back. What kind of stories does it push? There's a very interesting article about something called astral travel. Did you know that our soul can leave the body and travel defying the laws of physics? Why don't you read something else? There are plenty of other magazines right there. They're the same old ones, but this one is new from this month. I'm liking it so much that when I get home, I'll subscribe to it. Keep reading. So when does the bus come? Line 5 stops here. Arkham will burn tonight. The city will be consumed by fire. You turned your backs on the signs, but the clock hasn't struck doom yet. You must wake up. We must act now. The guy's just wearing his underwear and a sandwich board. Well, well. Detective Foster. So Wilbur was right, you've reformed. Although I don't know if working for a politician counts as being reformed. I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm a brand new man with an honest job. I have the honor of being part of Mayor Bradley's campaign team. So what's with all the stars and stripes paraphernalia? These are local elections, not presidential. Mayor Bradley has always been known for his grandiloquence and vanity. Who's your friend? I don't like this attitude. He's probably a communist. Oh. Harvey, the guy who looks like he mugged Uncle Sam and took his clothes is Frank the Worm. A pimp and extortionist I put in jail so many times, he ended up hating it. Worm, meet my partner, Harvey Whitman. He'll be happy to bust you if this whole racket is to commit one of your misdeeds. I told you I'm a new man, and my name is Frank Morley. Worm is dead and buried, okay? Damn cops. Don't trust him. The tray is empty. It's the tray of cinnamon rolls made by the Salvation Army widows. They've always been staunch supporters of the mayor. They're all gone. Ants the size of King Kong devour them. This park is full of them. They even drove off the hot dog guy. It's our candidate selection program. You can take one if you wish. I got plenty of toilet paper at home. Would you like one? I'm aware of Mayor Bradley's election program. You've heard it, they're all yours. What about this umbrella? The rainy season will soon begin and Mayor Bradley has been kind enough to give away umbrellas to his citizens. All gone but that one. It's a very populous way to buy votes. Bradley's only looking out for the people of Arkham. Is that buying votes? Yes, I think so. You're not used to how elections work in a democracy, are you, Red? In my case, I'll let them buy my vote. I sell myself cheap. So I'm going to take this umbrella. Looks solid. Hey! You can't take it. Why? It's busted and won't close. Voters would get a bad impression if they thought the mayor was giving away substandard gifts. Come back tomorrow if you want one. My colleagues will have replaced them by then. We gotta talk to the bus. I hear shouting from inside. Let's go in and see what's going on. I won't say it again. Get off my bus. Don't you have any compassion? You'll get me fired, you damn hag. Hey. Arkham PD. What's the trouble? This woman. She got on the bus without a ticket and won't get off. Ma'am, you know you can't ride without a ticket. So I beg you to step down. Don't get me wrong, I had to get on this bus due to force majeure. Force majeure? Spell it out. My cane was stolen while I was sitting on a bench. I have fasciitis in the sole of my foot and I can't walk without it. That's not right. Fasciitis? I don't know. Not my problem. Let her finish, pal. I barely made it to the bus so this gentleman could take me home. There's a stop right in front of my door. I told him I'd pay the fare as soon as we got there. I don't have any money on me. Ma'am, don't keep telling me the same sob story. You can't get on here without a ticket. Period. Why don't you take this lady home, pal? Route's the same with or without her, right? Are you mad? If the depot hears a colored woman rode without a ticket, I'm finished. Jeez. If it were someone else, maybe nothing would happen, but a colored woman? I wouldn't have boarded if I could walk. Besides, your bosses don't need to know about it. Get off. I can't. You're starting to annoy me. Keep it up and there'll be consequences. This is getting dull. Shall we go? We shouldn't leave that woman alone with him. Why? Let him deal with it. Oh, that was the wrong voice. Why? Let him deal with it. Look at his hand. A steel crank. And he's about to lose it. Damn it. Like, we've got to get the bus moving again so it'll pick up that guy so we can get the magazine. Why don't you take her home? That poor woman can't walk and I can see she's the only passenger. That's because everyone else has gotten off. Because you stopped the engine and refused to continue the ride until I got off. Doesn't her story move you at all? She could be your grandmother. My grandmother would have paid for the ticket. And you, aren't you moved by the fact that I could lose my job? Half the staff here have already been laid off because of the crisis, and I don't want to be the next one. Come on, be reasonable. She's the one who needs to be reasonable. Take her away and let me get on with my job. What's that crank in your hand for? None of your business. Hand over. Hey, Jack. The guy's out of his mind. He'll probably react violently if you take the crank away from him. I wouldn't advise it. What the fuck do you know, dude? And what would you advise? Resolve this diplomatically. Harvey pisses me off. You want to say something, Harvey? Yes. Sir, would we be in this situation if we weren't black? If she weren't black? What's with the... Jeez. Listen, pal, I'm no racist. But she didn't even have the decency to move to the back where her kind belongs. Oh yeah, you're a racist, dude. I've got news for you. You are a racist. Congratulations on being a complete asshole. Don't get any funny ideas. He's not saying anything. The text isn't showing up. Are you sure you can't walk? I told you, I have fasciitis in the sole of my foot. I can't do it without support. The pain is unbearable. Between us, you're trying to start a revolution, aren't you? A what now? You know, you won't get off this bus until black people are no longer forced to sit in the back. You've got it all figured out. Make a scene, get some support, and maybe this little gesture will be the start of something. What are you talking about? If I could walk, I wouldn't be on this filthy bus. Hey, you. Don't put ideas in her head. Will you promise to pay the ticket to the driver when you get home? Of course. I'm an honest person. You hear that? Fire it up and let's be done. You expect me to trust someone who got on without a ticket? This company has a strict policy. No ticket, no ride. How about we pay for it? Would you do that for me? It won't be enough. What are you fucking talking about, dude? I've been stuck here for over an hour because of this woman, and several passengers haven't been able to make their journey. Are you covering that loss too? You're very stubborn, aren't you? Just make an effort and walk away. This man is not going to change his mind. It's impossible for me to walk without support. If I could, I'd be long gone by now. Let's get out of here, Harvey. I'm not sure what to do in this situation. Like, maybe I could get the umbrella and give it to her so she could use that as a cane or something. Oh. I need you to silence. When will he wake up? Keep your voice down. Or even better, be quiet. Can I just use the seal? On the desk, there's a seal from the Arkham Police Department. Please stop snooping around my desk and stay away from it. How about I pour this bucket of water on him? Time to wake up, buddy. Mr. Foster, for God's sake. Oh, I think I'm... How embarrassing. I must have dozed off. How did the hypnosis session go, Dr. Striner? Hey, knock it off, will ya? The doc charges by the hour, and you've already wasted half your paycheck passed out on the couch. So stop wasting everyone's time and go sleep it off at home. I was just asking the doctor if... Beat it! Yeah, sure, On your way. Alright, can we talk now? May I ask why you treat my patient that way? Figure I was doing you a favor by freeing you from Sleeping Beauty. Sigh. What brings you here, Mr. Foster? You didn't have an appointment today. I need your stamp on my psych report. I'll finally be treated like a sane person at headquarters, and you'll never have to see me again. As you can see, it's a win-win, and it'll only take a minute. We've already discussed this, Mr. Foster. You came here with severe psychotic symptoms resulting from a traumatic experience. The sessions we've had over the past few months have been a success. There is no trace of paranoia in you. And as far as I'm concerned, you are fit for duty. Then we're done talking. However, so stamp the report for me. However, your superiors want to know exactly what happened on the night that traumatic episode unfolded. Your story doesn't hold up. I told you and everyone else. I know what I saw and I'm not reliving it under your damn regression. You want another version of events? Fine, I'll sing whatever tune you like. You believe you know what you saw. When experiencing a traumatic episode, our brain tends to fabricate other types of memories to psychologically mitigate the facts. It's a defense mechanism, so to speak. Are we going to come back to this over and over again? Listen, Mr. Foster, no one, not even your superiors, blames you for Detective McCarthy's death. They just want to know what happened that night. You can't provide reliable facts. You're suffering from a traumatic block. I know you're afraid of reliving the experience, and I understand that. But I want to make this very clear. Without regression therapy, I cannot seal the report. So I leave the decision up to you. What a bitch! Why do you have the Arkham Police Department's official seal? I mean, you're a civilian. Are you authorized to have it? It seems so. They were the ones who provided it to me and decided that your medical discharge would only be effective with the official seal. Psychoanalysis is a pseudoscience. It has worked for you. Years ago, you would have been removed from the force indefinitely. I understand your position. This is an experimental program based on a new science, and you are the first Arkham police officer to undergo psychoanalysis. Lucky me. But soon, this science will be another tool available to the police. You are making history. Yes, as a lab rat. About this regression thing. I know you want to hypnotize me as if you were the great Newman, but I have some questions. This gonna hurt? How could it hurt? I'm talking to the doc here. It's just an advanced hypnosis session. You'll be lying comfortably on the couch under my close supervision. There's no need to be afraid of Mr. Foster. You'll take advantage of it and make me do funny things. I beg your pardon? I once went to a hypnotism show, and the poor wretch who went on stage was made to hop on one leg while barking out, "Putting on the Ritz." What exactly do you take me for? I'm a professional. I just wanted to make sure. I don't need hypnosis to look pathetic. Does this stuff work? The success rate for regression is around 90%. What happened to the other 10%? Did they lose their marbles? Did they stare blankly into the void as if they had been lobotomized? Goodness no. Are there other agents coming to see you? More like being forced to come to you? You were the first. Your superiors expected this pioneering program to succeed, and it has. So for the sake of Arkham PD's mental state, you won't be the last. The couch is all yours, so anytime you want to get started, I'm ready. Let me see if she'll just sign that. I see you have the official police department stamp. Can you stamp this application for me? I'm sorry, but the stamp can only be used for officer discharges. It would be illegal for me to stamp any other document. Don't worry, it will stay between you and me. Did you just wink at me? Who, me? Did I? I don't know, you had your back to me. Man, they really make it hard for you to get things done in this game. Alright, I guess we try this and see. Ready to undergo regression therapy, Mr. Foster? Alright, I'll do it. The last thing I need is to be kicked off the force for not submitting to this charade. You've made the right decision, Mr. Foster. Do you mind waiting outside, Dr. Whitman? Of course. Harvey stays. If this shit blows my fuse again, I want a badge in the room. It's for your safety, Doc. All clear, Harvey? Yes. Shall we begin? Lie down on the couch, please. Are you comfortable? This is a waste of time, Doc. But if you think this method is infallible to get the truth out of me, go ahead. My story won't be any different than the one I've told over and over again. You'll see that it is. Try to relax. Breathe slowly. That's right. Every time I pause, you will take a breath and exhale slowly. Now concentrate on my voice. Pick a point on the horizon and focus on it. Forget about everything around you. Keep breathing slowly. Oh, I did miss that. Don't be alarmed, it's normal. The darkness will surround us, and you will only be able to hear my voice. Keep breathing slowly and try not to blink. I want your mind to travel back to the night of September 7th last year. Try to remember in detail what happened. Little by little, you will fall asleep. Do not resist. Let yourself go. Sleep. Now your mind is traveling through space and time. You and your partner, Detective Samuel McCarthy, are investigating an illegal shipment of alcohol on the docks of Arkham Harbor. Can you see the docks, Mr. Foster? Yes. Ooh, flashback. You can see the ship from here. And they're unloading. Jules Canned Foods. You know who paid for his education by working here? Who? Fred Clayton. The lawyer? He should have stuck to packing sardines. Has that man ever won a case? Oh. You'll like this one, Jack. Remember Manny Santana? Yeah, that son of a bitch we put away for killing his wife. Well, a few days ago, Fred Clayton went to see him in prison. How's the case going, counselor? Santana asks. Oh, very well. We got Raymond Corby, a judge known for being lenient. And the jury? A fine jury. Several Hispanics on it. You should work out in your favor, Clayton says. So, any advice for the trial? And Clayton answers, if you can escape from prison, all the better. Oh, come on, seriously. Straight as I heard it. I see movement. There are a couple of them watching the dock. I'll take a look. You shouldn't go alone. Let me tag along and cover you. No need, Mac. We just need the name of the ship that brought the cargo. I can handle that solo. We'll draw more eyes if we go together. I've got a bad feeling about tonight, Jack. Feels like something terrible is gonna happen. We're cops, Mac. In Arkham. It's kind of like, was it that line from Chinatown? Forget about it, Jake. It's Chinatown. Terrible things can always happen in this town. Keep your eyes on that dock, alright? More smugglers could show up. If things get ugly, come give me a hand. My mouth's watering just reading this sign. Have you tried their canned sardines? Mary and I try to eat healthy at home. You should do the same. Are sardines not healthy? Remember, Jack, write down the name of the ship bringing the cargo and come back here. When the truck rolls with the goods, we tail it. Don't try anything cute, okay? Got it, Mac. And one more thing. Be careful out there. Don't sweat it, I'll be as stealthy as that guy on the radio show. What's his name? The Shadow? The Shadow. That's the one. The Shadow knows. Oh, dude, we got a whole new map here. What the hell? What do I do? Alright, what do we got? We got the ship, the dock. That's Mac. Crane. Abandoned warehouse. Dude, this is a whole thing. Hey. Damn it. Who's there? Oh, hell. What is it now, Paulie? Saw a shadow move. Could be a flatfoot. A cop? The coppers are on the pad. They won't bother us. Stinks of rotten fish. It's probably a damn cat sniffing for scraps. Are you sure? I got a bad feeling about this. Not this again. Doesn't this whole thing seem off to you? Baroni got paid a nice pile to make sure that truck rolls out clean. I know how much he's been paid, and it's a lot. More than usual. We don't know who those guys are or what's in those barrels. Not even Baroni's getting a cut of that merchandise. Know why Baroni got that kind of dough? So that nobody, and that includes you, starts asking any questions. Capiche? But, is that clear, Paulie? We sit tight till that truck leaves the harbor. Once it does, we go home, and whatever happens to those mooks is their problem. You got me? Oh yeah. Then keep your trap shut for the rest of the night. Well, now what? Ooh, there's a harpoon. I don't know much about the maritime world, but I figure the beacon keeps night ships from plowing into the pier. There's an old harpoon in the net. I can't grab it while that guy's looking this way. I got my notebook and my gun. I can't see the ship's name from here. Well, obviously I can't walk down there. Abandoned warehouse. They smell like motor oil that's been reused 100 times over. There's a pallet right under the box. The label says, Marine Collectibles, very fragile. Delivered to Herbert Masterson. I can't make out the address from here. It's a call for last year's dock workers' strike. They kicked out everyone who supported it and replaced them with workers less concerned about their rights. It's got one of those intricate sailor's knots. I can't untie it. The wood is so dry and decayed that if I pick it up, it might fall apart in my hands. Cement sacks. They've been here a long time. The damp has probably turned the content to stone. Kitty! Hey, you! Whoa, easy there, pal. My name is Luis. I just want a cigarette. Got one? No, I left my pack in the car. Damn it. I have nothing to drink and nothing to smoke. Go on, shoot me. Anyways. Laughs a bitch. I don't think they said that in 1933 either. Hey! Be careful with that demon cat. It has a very bad reputation. Not long ago, it left Marvin with a foot-long scar across his face. There's a tangle of fishing nets here. They seem to be in good condition. If I net him now, I'll just have to wrestle him out later. Out of the question. Locked. There's a broken window in the back if you want to get in. Thanks, but I don't need to go in there. Just letting you know. Don't bother, I already checked them. They're empty. What I wouldn't give for a few drops of booze left in there. The bottom has 2 feet of water in it. Might as well swim. Empty. Can I take it though? There's a life vest on this box. I think I'll take it. Okay. Is that your cat? Morty? No, it was Floyd's. He abandoned it when he had to close the warehouse. You want to adopt him? Cats, the farther the better. You're right, that cat's always been trouble. It's vicious. There's a Salvation Army shelter nearby. Why don't you spend the night there? Sleep with a dozen strangers? I'm not spending the night breathing sweaty socks and sob stories. Since it all went to hell, plenty of empty warehouses around here. I can sleep like a baby in any of them. Why are you barefoot? Morty threw my boots in the water while I was drying my socks. You think you're funny, Morty? That cat's a son of a bitch. I think I know where you can get some liquor. I've seen some shady guys on one of the docks. I think they're smuggling. I'd go over and beg them to give me a drink. But I can't go barefoot. I don't want to hit the docks with my feet bleeding. There's a lot of broken glass and dried thorns over there. Need help? No, just keep watch like we said. We should have left the car closer. I don't want them to get away if they try to run. I told you, Jack. A car draws too much attention around here at this hour. It's fine where it is. There are a bunch of tools caked with rust. Wait a second. A crowbar? We've got one in the car. And it's not as grimy as that thing. Whatever, saves me the trip. What can I use the crowbar on, I wonder? It's not sharp enough. So I need something I can cut with. Oh, boots. I didn't see those. There's a pair of boots floating in the water. Use the net on them. The boots are soaked and smell like rotten stagnant water, like the Arkham River itself. Are these your boots? Have you seen Morty? I got them back. If you throw them back in the water, you're going in after them. Jasper and Clarence lit a fire in the barrel out back. I'll dry them out there. Thank you very much for getting them back, sir. You're very kind. Funny it didn't sound like it when you pointed that gun at my face. Did I do that? I didn't do that. Which stop? The third one from the end opposite this one. I think I'll pay them a visit. It wouldn't be the first time a smuggler has invited me for a drink. Hey! What are you doing here? Heard there's hooch flowing around here. How about a little drink? Okay, now what? Is he distracting them so I can get the harpoon, maybe? And that damn cat tossed my boots in the water while I was drying my socks. I've got every last grain of this damn pier in my feet. You know what? I like you, Louie. I'll put in a word with Baroni about you. We could use an extra pair of eyes on the docks. Tell us everything you know about this place. And then you set me up with a drink? Deal. Alright, let's get the harpoon. I can step out of the shadows now that Louie's keeping them busy. That seemed loud. Is his name Louis or Luis? I'm not sure. Alright, what do I do with the harpoon? What are you doing here? I'm thinking. Oh, a bottle. Seems like everyone in this town is drinking but us. We're a couple of saps. Speak for yourself. Can I get the bottle? Don't waste your time, Jack. Put one foot in that slimy muck and I swear to God you're not getting in the car. This net's torn to shreds. It's useless. Oh. A fishbone? Seriously? You ought to break that habit of pocketing every stray thing you find. Comes in handy. I'm a resourceful man. You hungry, buddy? Now I got the life jacket. It's a box. What do I do with the life jacket? An old thick life jacket from 2 decades ago. They don't make them as padded as they used to. I don't have anything oh, maybe I can cut the rope with the harpoon. If I cut this rope with the tip of the harpoon, the box will make quite a racket when it drops onto the pallet. The harbor's real quiet at this hour, and the crash will attract attention. Okay, so put this down on the pallet. Then cut the rope. I hope the tip of this harpoon is sharp enough to cut this knot. Thanks to the life jacket, the box didn't make much noise when it hit the pallet. But the harpoon tip is bent. At least it did its job. According to the label, the box holds marine collectibles. They could be worth a fortune. Anyway, the lid is nailed shut. I won't be able to pry it open by hand. Well, that's why we got this crowbar. First, I'll remove this rope. I don't need it. Let's see what's inside. I see an old, well-preserved rudder, a rusty compass, a bell without a clapper, a spyglass. I could use it. I don't know if this is stealing or seizing in the name of the law. Bah, I'll save the moral dilemmas for another day. Elizabeth Dane. I got the ship's name. Oh, and then there's that cop running around here. Oh, and then there's that cop running around here. Shut up, Louie. Cop? What cop? The one who got my boots out of the water. Nearly put a bullet in me. Can't be a cop. My boss makes sure we're left to work in peace around here. He pulled out a Smith & Wesson Model 27. That's Arkham PD standard issue. So we got a hero nosing around these docks, huh? What was that? Time to move. Looks like things got messy with that cop hanging around. I'll tag along with the guy in the truck in case there's any trouble. You take care of that cop. Polly. I doubt he's out here alone. He's probably got a partner. Take care of both of them. Consider it done. Damn it. We've been made, Mac. They saw you? Not exactly, but they know we're around. The truck's about to roll out of the port. But they know we can tail them. We'll play it careful. You get the ship's name? Elizabeth Dane. Get in the car, let's move. Careful, you're getting too close. Keep some distance from the truck. I don't get this whole thing, Jack. 3 families run the liquor racket in Arkham. The Ferraros, the Barbieris, and the Baronis, yeah? And that truck's not one of theirs. I'm surprised Baroni's got his boys playing guardian angels for this shipment. You know what? I doubt that son of a bitch would allow a 4th player on the board. Something tells me that truck isn't hauling booze. What do you think? Dope? Dope? Guns? Explosives? Peppermints? Anything but booze. That much I'm sure of. They're heading for the McKinley Tunnel. Don't lose them. They're heading for the outskirts. Lucky you. Don't you like the country? What? Didn't you want to live out in the country? No, that's Mary's thing. She's got this romantic idea about us becoming farmers, you know? Like we're settlers from the last century. I lived that life as a kid, and it's hard. I don't want little Jim growing up friendless, throwing rocks at lizards. The crops are dead. Most farmers are flooding into the city hoping for a better life. That's what I tell Mary. She doesn't realize how good we've got it in town. She's stubborn, Jack. I don't know how to shake it out of her. I see you getting up every day at 5 in the morning to feed the chickens. Over my dead body. We're coming out of the tunnel. And ease off, Mac. You're crowding the truck again. Damn it. I think they've clocked we're tailing them. Kill the lights, quick. Too late. Brake, Mac, brake. Look out. What the hell do you think you're doing, coppers? Shit, he's got a Tommy gun. Damn it. Shoot him? Shit, I can't get a shot at him from this height. The barrels are covering him. And the bastard knows it. Eat lead, flatfoots. That son of a bitch is gonna cut us to ribbons. The fender is blocking my shot at the tire. There's a blackish liquid bleeding from one of the barrels. Looks like oil? I told you, Jack. Those barrels aren't liquor. You want war, cops? Here's your war. I'm sick of that motherfucker spraying us. Well, what do you want me to do about it? I've tried to shoot frickin' everything. Hit the emergency siren. He's hosing us with Tommy gun, for God's sake. You think it'll scare him off? Ram the truck. You sure? Maybe we'll shove him off the road. All right, hold on tight. Sons of bitches. That made him angry. Even more so? Should we call for backup? We're in the middle of nowhere. Help will take forever. We're on our own, Jack. Where's the megaphone? In the back seat. What do you want to do with it? Convince the guy? You think he'll drop the Tommy and call it a misunderstanding? Is this the bad feeling you were talking about? Getting shot at? Wouldn't be the first time. You're right. Ram the truck again. It didn't work before, Jack. It's like trying to move an iceberg. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Hold on tight. Ah! Wanna play? I'm taking that guy down. Now I can shoot the tire. This ought to make the driver lose control. Ready, Mac? Do it! Damn it. I don't like this one bit, Jack. We should get the hell out of here. Look, it was an accident. The boss will understand. That's not what this is about. Screw those goons. It's... For God's sake, can't you feel it? Feel what? Ooh. What the hell was that? It's getting into my head. What? It's poking around the brain. Let's go, Jack. This isn't normal. Listen, Mac, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. Just let me check if these two are dead or alive, and we'll see what they were hauling. Then we're gone, okay? All the barrels are oozing a viscous black liquid. What is this stuff? The tank's leaking. If that pool of gas reaches the flames, we're in trouble. No pulse. Rest in peace, you idiot. He didn't make it. We still don't know where this truck was headed. I should check the cab. Might be something in there. Though I'm worried about Mac. I'll go check on him. Mac! For God's sake, what are you doing? It's the only way to end this, Jack. What? Put the gun down, please. We mean nothing in this universe. We don't fit into their plans. They're not even aware of our existence. They'll crush us like ants. It's made me see the vastness of the cosmos, you know? Who? What are you talking about? It's bigger than we can conceive. And there are unimaginable horrors in the depths of space. How am I supposed to live after knowing all this? Put the damn gun down, Mac. Can't you see it, Jack? You do the same in my place. Think about what you're doing, for fuck's sake. You've got a wife and a kid. What am I gonna tell Mary? Tell her that... No! Shit. Mac! Oh my god, what have you done? What? What the? Oh, damn! Holy fucking shit. Damn it. This fucking sucks. What? We've seen it, Jack. What did you see? All of it. The chase, Detective McCarthy's death, and that creature. How did you see it? He was just... What? That didn't make any sense. I felt absolute terror, as if an aura of evil was floating in the room. You too? We experimented the same panic as you when that creature appeared. I don't know how it happened, but it did. We shared your fear. No, I can't explain it. For several months now, I have had patients who have experienced irrational panic attacks. Their description of the terror they suffered was exactly what we just experienced. Everything pointed to some kind of mass hysteria. But after tonight, I believe that something inconceivable and beyond rational thought is happening in Arkham. But I have to admit that it's real. Please accept my apologies for not believing you, Mr. Foster. I'm sorry I put you through that again. Okay, yes, so I'm not crazy, right? No, of course not. But you insisted that what happened to me were mere fantasies. Had I known, I wouldn't have questioned your sanity. I'm sorry, very sorry. It's all right, don't sweat about it. Just one thing. I told you. You know, Jack, I haven't had a chance to tell you this, but I've always believed your story. And I sense something amiss in Arkham. Lately, there have been countless calls to the police station reporting stories that defy rational explanation. The captain doesn't want to hear any of it, but since I got here, I felt something in the air. As if a prelude to a grave, impending event. I felt it too. In fact, just as I entered our victim's room, I thought I was going crazy again. Hey, Jack. Yes? How are you feeling? Me? Right now? Liberated. The doctor stamped my report. I can now say that I'm completely sane agent. And I'll shove it in the face of any idiot who questions my sanity. Let's move. The case won't solve itself. Alright, that is probably a good place to leave this episode. I want to apologize for my terrible voice acting. I'm not a voice actor, obviously. I'm just trying to add a little flavor to the reading of all that dialogue. Anyway, this is getting pretty interesting, I think, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. We still have a few puzzles we need to solve as far as getting the lady off the bus or getting the bus driver to continue his route so we can get the magazine and get into the lecture. So I don't know how we're gonna do all that. And we also have to get the Cthulhu idol, or at least get to look at it somehow. The doctor didn't stamp our request, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that either. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye.